welcome back to the Doc and Hanshi. I'm the Doc.
I'm Hanshi.
And today we are unboxing an air fryer.
Here we go. This is the Ninja Foodi Deluxe pressure cooker. It's got an air fryer, it's got a pressure cooker, and it's got a third mode, which is basically what they call tender crisper, which is a combination of those two things.
Hey, who would have thought?
Yeah. Why did we get this?
We got this because our air fryer is broken and we wanted to replace it with a new one because we love the device, but we also use a pressure cooker fairly often and we have limited counter space, so we wanted to try out a multi-tool.
Ah, cool.
There you go.
Shall we?
Let's do this.
All right.
All right.
I'm scared.
You should be scared.
I am scared. All right.
Ooh, directions, my favorite things.
Direction. There you go.
All right.
There's some sort of a rack piece.
Very nice.
Enjoy that.
I like your rack. This is a kid-friendly show, Steve.
Okay, never mind. Another thing for placing food on. This looks like a lid.
A lid.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that thing is probably a lid. And, oh wow. So how about I lift this out of here.
All right, now move the box.
Very heavy. Wow, there we go.
Teamwork.
Nice. All right. And I'll flip it around.
Perfect.
This is the front.
The front.
There we go. Yet another lid. I'm curious to read the directions and see how this works. And all right. A thing.
A thing.
Enjoy
oh, my
it.
favorite kind of
I love
thing.
things. All right. This is obviously the basket that the food goes into. There we go. Okay. A free frisbee. Oh, this would be, okay. So this would be the food for when it's used as a pressure cooker, the basket for when it's used as an air fryer. Somehow you can kind of see that it has the blower and heater elements that make it an air fryer, and we must have to take this lid off, but we'll find out after we read the directions.
All right.
So this thing's really cool. We're going to show you how to set it up as an air fryer and how it switches over to be a pressure cooker. All right, so this is the basket that you use when you're air frying foods. It sits right down in there. There's kind of clicks in. There's really no way to do that wrong. Close the top, and then we'll do another video where we show how all this works. But then you turn it on for the recommended amount of time for whatever it is that you're trying to cook. Boom, air fry. Don't get burned. Ouch.
It's hot.
Pressure cooker. Slip the pot in there. We use the pressure cooker for all kinds of things, but it's a great thing to use for rice. Align the lid here, and you click the lid into place, and Jim, she's a pressure cooker. Just that fast. That's kind of cool.
That is really cool. And you can see that everything will kind of fit together when you're not using it.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So Steve, why did we get this air fryer?
We decided to switch over to an air fryer about 2 years ago, I think.
Probably 3, because that's around when you moved in.
Anyway, so look, I'll be honest with you. I love fried foods, right? They're really good, but there's 2 things about fried foods that make them a little problematic for people who are trying to eat clean. One, there's the breading, but there's alternatives.
There are.
But the other is the unavoidable oil.
The oil.
Now you can pan fry in any kind of oil, but when you want to deep fry...
And it really is not the same. If you're supposed to be deep frying something, I've tried, like, oh, you can do it on the stovetop. You can't do it on the stovetop, not to mention you're going to get irreversibly burned.
It's not to mention, when you get that coconut oil or palm oil a little deeper and it's hot, it becomes a little bit of a hazard around the kitchen.
Exactly.
It's not a bad idea to use something a little safer also. So anyway, I did some research and we decided that an air fryer might do the trick. So we got our venerable old air fryer, and wow, it was really cool. Yeah.
It was night and day, because I had an actual like mini deep fryer, the Big Daddy.
Yeah.
So
which is funny because it's this.
It was tiny. It was a little guy, but I had a deep fryer, and I didn't deep fry like a lot of stuff. And what I did deep fry was almost only potatoes of some kind, like French fries, or I would make potato skins.
Mozzarella sticks.
Oh, occasionally. When I was trying to be more paleo, I stayed away from the mozzarella sticks.
That's right.
But I did find a great recipe with pork panko crumbs instead of breadcrumbs.
Straight up.
That'll be later. But I was using it occasionally, and once I started to learn more about the oils and how unhealthy most of them are that you typically use. I used to use vegetable oil because it worked, and I didn't really think about it. But once I started learning, I was like, well, if I'm going to do an unhealthy oil, I'd rather do a more natural oil. So I switched over to peanut oil. Tastes great too.
It does.
So
it adds good flavor.
Exactly. So I switched over to that. But once Steve moved in with me, and we're not deep frying that much, maybe like 1 or 2 times a week, and
or less.
or less. But whenever we would, after a couple of times with the deep fryer, Steve's joints started to ache. So we were like, we gotta either stop deep frying entirely or find something else, and that's when we found our old air fryer.
So it's good to mention, when you do an elimination diet, if you ever at some point you get rid of grains, beans, dairy, or whatever, and then later you decide to try and pull one of these back in to see what it does to you, you will find out really quickly what things you are reactive to. We keep paleo primal because it's the best way to eat. It really is healthier for you. But I have discovered the peanut in all forms. I love them.
They're so good.
I used to subsist on peanut butter. I loved peanut butter. It's delicious, but the littlest bit of peanut in it, I will get, as you say, I'll get instant joint pain from rheumatoid arthritis flare, and I'll also have indigestion for days.
Exactly, and then at that point, because I was still doing it a little bit, it's kind of like smoking. If you have 1 or 2 cigarettes every day, like that's significantly better than a pack or 2 a day, but until you fully clear out, you don't necessarily know. So for me, we switched to the air fryer about 3 years ago, and more recently I was like, well, I haven't cheated that much, and I love peanuts, and they were on sale, so I picked some up, and after 3 days of eating them, I ended up with horrible heartburn, and I was shocked because I was like, what is this horrible feeling? Because I'd never really had heartburn before.
Oh.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
I'm officially a grown-up now.
All right.
Adulthood's terrible.
It's a bad thing.
But
I don't recommend it.
You can eat deep fried food every day. No, you can't because it hurts you because you're getting older. It sucks.
Yes.
Anyway, so we switched to the air fryer. It made a huge difference. We got an air fryer. It was probably like $60, I think when we got it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was cheap and it had good reviews. That's why we went with it. But what ended up happening is that it has like a knob, and it's a mechanical knob for the timing. So you turn it to like 15 minutes and
it's like any kitchen timer, right?
Exactly. Kind of annoying, but we got used to it.
Like that noise.
I'll be here all night. So we did that, and then it has a knob for the temperature. So what happened was one day when I was cleaning it, because it does still get a little greasy, I wiped it down and I took off all the numbers. So we really had no idea. What's 15 minutes?
Cook it for a while on a temperature. See what happens.
Exactly. We know like this is burnt, this is okay, this is undercooked. But with the timing, we'd end up just cranking it and hoping that it's enough time.
Right.
So
we'd set it outside. We'd have set our Alexa timer or our Echo to a timer.
But it was still like we don't really know. And then we'd over crank it, and then it would just you could hear it still ticking when we were done using it. So it's kind of a
waste of energy. But
so we were determined to get one with a digital readout this time, and
yeah, I'm excited for this guy here because that's the other thing too is that the timer it turned and then it clicked, but it wasn't accurate. If you set the timer at 5, it wasn't really 5 minutes.
It really was not 5.
And it wasn't really temperature accurate either.
No.
It went from about 150 up to I think it said 290, but
no, it was 425.
425. Thank you. Yeah, but those weren't accurate temperatures either. It was all kind of guesswork. This guy here has a digital screen, and you're going to cook for at a temperature at a time, so
exactly.
It makes this far more useful. I just Ninja. I want to talk about Ninja for a second because we have
great.
I love them. I love the name.
It is a great name.
Hanshi. So I love the name, but also we have a Ninja coffee maker in the kitchen that I've had. It moved in here with me, and I'd had it for a while before I moved here. So it's probably 5 years old. And I've had the best. I'm a coffee snob, and I've had Capresso machines, and you name it, I've spent the money to have it. And So this was not the most expensive one, actually. This was only about $99 when I bought it. And you can make espresso with it.
Right.
Which is amazing.
That is amazing.
It has a setting for iced coffee, so it makes the coffee a little more intense because it knows it's going to be watered by your ice. You can make it very light roast, so it's light or a dark roast, and that's all handled by the amount of time and water that it uses. It's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
And it makes great coffee. Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does, and it's easy to use and it's easy to clean and all of that.
Yeah.
So I really fell in love with this brand. This is only the second thing I've owned by them, but I'm looking forward if this has the kind of ingenuity built into it that does. This thing's gonna be great.
Exactly, yes. So we are super duper excited for this.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. We hope you had fun.
I did.
We hope you learned something.
I did.
That's our story. We're sticking to it.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit those buttons.
Yeah, it helps us out a lot. We're trying to grow our channel and we need your help. So please, 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 we really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Well, then we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.
Good night.